So how's everybody doing? It's PR. I'm back with another face video. I'm going to put this video out here to play devil's advocate with everybody. Because as a person, I believe in Carson Wentz. As a person. Maybe not necessarily as a player anymore, but as a person, I think he's a decent guy. I think there's a good possibility that he might be a flawed guy, but I have a hard time believing that he's the narcissist to just turn his behavior on and off on a whim. But I'm going to play devil's advocate and ask the question, what if Carson Wentz isn't salvageable? What if that 2017 version of Carson Wentz, what if that last month of the season Carson Wentz of 2019, what if he never comes back? Well, if that's the case, you trade him as soon as humanly possible, especially with the contract that he has. You get rid of him as soon as humanly possible because you don't want to be stuck with him next year and have zero trade value, which he has trade value right now, but he has no trade value going down the line. I remember, I think in the middle of the season, a few weeks before he got benched, I think he played this game against the Dallas Cowboys where the team won and the Eagles beat Ben DiNucci. He's probably the worst quarterback the Eagles have played in years. Might be the worst quarterback the Eagles have played in history. I don't know. Since I've been alive. After a game where he threw for less yards than Ben DiNucci, he had 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions, and 2 touchdowns. And the team won something like 23-9. He made this quote. And the quote says, "I'm not going to change. I think I'm always going to learn. I thought from first year to second year, I learned quite a bit about how to protect myself. And going back and watching again, there's things to keep learning from. As far as overall changing my style, that's not going to happen." When I read that quote, I thought to myself, man, that's a shame because your playing style is one of the reasons why you are so bad sometimes. You are not going to be a successful quarterback with that quote. I understand, people stand there and they say, I'm not going to change the person that I'm going to be. I get it. I'm not standing here and saying that Carson Wentz should change from his whole Ned Flanders outlook on life, his whole attitude, his whole giggly gaggly, I believe in Jesus outlook. I don't think that he should have to change the way he is. However, your playing style is why you are getting in so much trouble. And you could say, look, Doug Peterson didn't do him any good. The coaching didn't do him any good. The bad scheming of receivers didn't do him any good. The bad drafting by Howie Roseman isn't doing him any good. The offensive line isn't doing him any good. The 16 total rotations of offensive linemen isn't doing him any good. The injuries aren't doing him any good. I get that. I get the fact that maybe the fans can be too hard on people, but it's because Eagles fans care. And I have my own bone to pick sometimes with Eagles fans, and I will say that I'm not the most patient person in the world. I'll go ahead and criticize myself and call myself out like that. There are times in which I slip up. I act like a jerk off, and I'm sorry for that. But look, if you are going to continue to roll out of a perfect pocket with receivers open and turn your body right. I hate when he does that because that is literally one of the stupidest things to turn your back on the defense. Like that's how you are going to get completely pulverized at one point or some point in time down the line. And you're rolling out and you throw the ball to nobody and just hope and pray that either the cornerback or the safety drops the ball and maybe your receiver leaps 10 extra inches in the air and catches the touchdown. But no, it's an interception. And it's a perfect completely ruined drive for your whole team. You could have gotten 3 points. I know Jake Smelliot sucks, but you at least try. You just ruined a drive, a red zone drive, for nothing. Or, it's a 4th and 5, and you have not a very clean pocket, but you've got open receivers, and you hold the ball, you take the sack, and you fumble. Now, look, someone could say, look, Carson Wentz isn't the worst quarterback. You're right, he's not the worst quarterback. But last year when he played, he set the quarterback position, the franchise quarterback position, back 40 or 50 years. I think the only quarterback that I would say was worse than Carson Wentz last year in certain aspects was Daniel Jones. And I would say, I would only rather have Carson Wentz last year than Nathan Peterman. Carson Wentz played like legit Nathan Peterman. And that's not an insult to Nate Peterman. I'm sure he's a great guy, but he's just not a good quarterback. So you can say, look, there were other factors going on. There were other quarterbacks who make bad decisions. But Tom Brady doesn't make those decisions 5 times as much as he did to become a guy like Carson Wentz. Aaron Rodgers doesn't do that. Sure, Aaron Rodgers throws interceptions. Aaron Rodgers gets sacked. Aaron Rodgers fumbles. But multiply that by 5 or 4, and you get what Carson Wentz did last year. And maybe Carson Wentz doesn't want to be here next season. Maybe he just doesn't want to be here. And if that's the case, again, I thank Carson Wentz for everything he's done. He's brought a lot of joy to the city in the past. In 2017, if not for Carson Wentz, if not for Doug Peterson, if not for Nick Foles, if not for Howie Roseman, if not for Jeffrey Lurie, if not for the fact that I wore the same thing for all, 19 weeks, the same underwear, the same shirt, the same hat. I wore my glasses, hooked onto my shirt like that. Same shorts, same socks, same shoes. Didn't piss for 3 hours during the game. Didn't eat for 3 hours during the game. That's the reason why the Eagles won. I thank all of those things for happening. But here's the thing. You're going to go somewhere else, Carson, if you want to. But this whole outlook that you are this big guy in a small town, it's not going to happen in a place like Chicago, where the fans also boo and make death threats towards players that they don't like. It won't even fly in Indianapolis, where the Indianapolis Colts, while they might be a little bit tamer, literally booed their franchise quarterback when he retired at a halftime of a preseason game after the organization completely ruined his career. The fact of the matter is, Carson Wentz, that while I want you to succeed, I don't care if you go somewhere else and succeed. I just want to see you succeed. I want to see the Eagles succeed too, because I'm a big Eagles fan. But I'm not willing to give up on Carson Wentz the person just because he's not in Philly. It's really hard to be rooting for a guy for 5 years and just give up on him like that. I'm not the kind of person who does that. But if you have that outlook, that I don't need to change outlook because I'm the greatest ever and that's ever existed, I'm Ginger Jesus, you will never succeed anywhere with that outlook of, I'm not going to change my playing style despite the fact that my playing style is why I'm bad. So let that marinate in your head. I'm PR. Peace. I'm out. See ya. Everyone have a nice day.